Good afternoon, friends. Before we have completed gravity dams and each and every part, now we will close this part of gravity dam. Okay. And in first module, we are having one more topic, that is arch dam. Here we are not having that much deep. Only we should know the basics of our arch dam. First of all, what is arch dam? Okay. It may be defined as a solid wall curved in a plane, standard across the entire width of the river valley in a single span. For suppose see here, this is my wall. Okay, a dam wall we can say. Okay, the how gravity dam will be there, it will be like you can say like this, our gravity dam will be there, and our arch dam will be like this. Okay, means within single span what is happening here, it is forming in a arched shape. It is forming in a arched shape on entire width of river. Means how much river width is there on entire width, we will form here arch. Okay, now its body is usually made of cement concrete. Nowadays if you see, every structure is in our cement concrete only. Although in the past rubble and stone masonry are also used. Means in previous years before concrete, obviously we have preferred rubble masonry, stone masonry, these are okay. Same here it is there, and it will structurally behave partly as a cantilever retaining wall standing up from its base, and partly the load will transfer to the two ends by horizontal action. Means here, uh, as you can see, as comparatively retaining wall, okay, from retaining wall, how it will be there, from base to the load will transfer entire wall. Means whether it is a wall or gravity dam, whatever it is there. But here also two ends are there. This is our first end and this is our second end. Okay, the load will transfer from two ends. Means from here the load will transfer, and from here the load will be transferred. The arch load will the arch load will thus be transferred to the side of the walls. Means the load whatever it is there, exactly in the sides it will be passed. And one more, here it is the side walls of the canyon. Here what is this canyon? Canyon is nothing but typical flow rate of river. Typical flow rate of river. If you see as per season, when we will see typical flow rate, in rainy season we will see our typical flow rate, which must be strong, stable and rocky. Which must be strong means we have to consider that flow rate will be there more, and based on that one we have to construct our arch dam. Okay, now this is one type of gravity dam, sorry, arch dam, which is located in California. Okay, now coming to India. Okay, this is located in Kerala. The dam volume is 4,50,000 meter cube. Okay, and installed capacity is 780 megawatts. This is located in Kerala. This is in our India. It is located. Okay, and we can say this is our largest dam in India also. Largest dam means Arch Dam. Now, the distribution part of the load to the side walls of the canyon reduce the load on the cantilever wall. Means whatever load you are distributing, means how our wall will be there. For suppose this is the wall. Okay, here there is a wall. Okay, for this wall what is happening, they have constructed an arch. Means they have taken one baseline. Okay, for that baseline we have preferred the arch. Load to the side walls of the canyon, reduce the load on cantilever wall. Here whatever it is there, for suppose as it is there in arch shape, the cantilever wall whatever it is the remaining part of the dam, this is only arch dam. But if you see our original dam, something wall will be there, and based on that wall only we have to construct our arch. Okay, means due to this canyon and everything, our cantilever wall load will be reduced, thereby reducing the thickness. Sometimes, for suppose if you see here, thickness is same. In some conditions we can, it may cause reducing the thickness also, as compared to that ordinary gravity dam. Comparatively ordinary dam, here there is a chance of decreasing the thickness in middle. For suppose here thickness will be different somehow. Okay, and here thickness will be different somehow, and again here thickness will be increased. Means what is happening here, thickness will be increased, okay, and decreasing and increasing. Like this, here load also will be transferred. This one we can see in our retaining wall design, that one will come in our next semester. Evidently the greater is a wall curvature in plan. Obviously this is our curvature only. The greater will be load that will be transferred to sides of the canyon. Wherever the means where our critical flow rate will be there, at that way we have to provide load more. Okay, and hence greater will be economy on the dam thickness. Means wherever you are providing this canyon, for suppose see here in this location there is flow rate more. Okay, here somehow the cost will be increased, like economy we can say, economically it will be more. Now this economy in dam thickness can be further increased considerably by making dam body not only curved in a plane also. Means here just now I said that here in curved location there is flow rate more, but in plane location also there is a chance of flow rate more. So based on that one, our we have to conveyance will be decided further increased. Okay, but also curved in the section. Such a non-vertical dam is known as double curvature dam. Means for suppose plane is there and curvature is there, then we can say double curvature arch dam or shell arch dam. Either we can say double curvature arch dam or shell arch dam we can say. See here, this is our uh, double curvature arch dam. Now if you see here, this is one layer, okay, and one layer is like this. Means you can say it is passing in this way. Here this is the crust is nothing but top side of the dam. This is your upstream, which is flow rate will come, and here it is a rock content. Here what it is, a rock content at the exactly at the edges. What he is providing some rocks. Okay, now next topic is types of arch dam. Here actually we are having three types of arch dams. One is constant radius arch dam, variable radius arch dam, and constant angle arch dam. Okay, three types are there. Now what is those three we will see. Okay, now just before going to this one, we are having some small theory part. A constant radius arch dam is the simplest in design as well as construction, but uses a maximum concrete. Means what he is saying here, constant radius arch dam, what constant means, what, for suppose if I am starting here, entire part will be same, the radius won't change, okay, width won't change, entire will be the same, okay, and but here what is happening, concrete will get more. For suppose see here, this much thickness is not required, but still we are providing that much radius, okay, okay, flow rate is less, here we can decrease the some thickness, still if you are providing that one, what will happen, concrete will get more and somehow economy rate will be increased. Okay, and most of the time we will prefer this one only by considering, because flow rate we can't say about flow rate. For suppose previous year rivers are less, rainfall is less, and but this year rainfall is there more. Okay, based on this one, what is by consideration this one, generally our Indians will prefer most of the time constant radius arch dam. A constant angle arch dam, on other hand, uses about 43% of concrete used by the constant radius arch dam. Okay, 43% of concrete we have to use here. The variable radius arch dam in intermediate choice using 58% of concrete using by constant arch dam. Here you can see 43% and here you can see 58%. Okay, two we can say. Constant radius, constant angle both are same. Only small difference it is there. Okay, now constant radius arch dam. Constant radius arch dam are that in which radii on the outside curved surface are equal at all elevation. See here, if you see here on elevation point of view, it is equally transmitting. It is equally transmitting means the elevation will be same in all directions. Okay. Now the centers of such circular arch called extrodes, means here the center part we can say as extrodes. Okay, and will therefore evenly lie on the vertical line, means wherever the vertical line is there. For suppose here you can say, if you see here arch dam I am showing in left view, if I am showing in front view, how it will be there, it will be like this. Okay, and here vertically our this point is nothing but extrodes, and however introdes has gradually decreasing radius from top to bottom. For suppose see here, for suppose here if you see, here radius is there more and here radius is there somehow less, means whenever ending it is there, the radius is somehow less. Okay, that point we can say introdes. Actually this is not constant. Okay, this one is variable. Now one more type of dam is triangular in cross section with increased thickness at the crust. Means what is happening, uh, arch will be there but it will be like triangle, it will be like triangular. Okay, exactly at the crust, wherever the crust it is there at the top of the dam, we will get this uh, triangular shape. It is particularly adapted to U-shaped canyon. It is particularly adapted to U-shaped canyon, where cantilever action carries a relatively large proportion of water load at lower elevations. Means wherever cantilever actions will be there, at that location our elevation will be decreased. See here, at this location we will get some cantilever elevation. Okay, in this location what is happening somehow? The water load, whatever it will be there, it will be decreased. You can see here. See here. For suppose here water depth will be greater than, but here water depth will be somehow less as compared to the center. At this location, water load will be less. Okay. However, it is less economic as compared to constant arch dam. Means as compared to the, this is somehow less economical. Okay. Now, variable radius arch dam, all as also termed as variable center arch dam. It is also we can say variable centered arch dam. In this type of dam, both radius and center angles are not constant. What is happening? At the center, how much radius it is there? Okay, and at the center and at edges, the radius won't be same. That is nothing but variable radius arch dam. It is compromised between the constant radius and constant angle arch dam. The characters of the dam is variable radius. Okay, means what is happening? For suppose this is our dam, arch dam. Here the radius will be different. Here the radius will be different. Here the radius will be different. This type of dam we can say as variable radius arch dam or variable center arch dam. The radius gradually decreases as depth below the crust increases. Means what is happening? In some locations it will be decreased. For suppose if I am starting from the center, if I am going like this, the radius will be somehow decreased. Okay, but if I am starting from here and I am going at topward direction, what is happening? The radius will be increased. Okay, now center angle is different for different arches and usually varies from 180 to 150. Okay, means center of the whatever center angle we are providing, it will be different. It may be from 180 degrees to 150 degrees. Based on our structure and based on our river flow, we have to decide this value. Now this is our variable radius arch dam. Here you can see. Okay, here you can see plan and elevation also. Here if you see the radius is there more, and here if you see the radius is somehow less. This is the structure we can see here. Now the upstream face is generally vertical or even overhanging at the upstream side near the abutment. Means wherever abutment here it is there. For suppose this is our dam. Okay, and here we are having some abutment location. Okay, at this location what will happen for us? Some overhanging beams we can provide. Some overhanging beams we can provide near the abutment, and then on the downstream side near the crown. Okay, both upper side, upstream side and downstream side, we have to provide some abutments. Okay, advantages: greater than arch efficiency. Means the efficiency means what? In percentage we can say efficiency, we can say 99% good, 100% good, like that. Saving in concrete over 50%. Use of this one, we can save our concrete up almost 50% we can save. Useful to meet foundation requirements. Foundation requirements it will be reached. And preferred constant radius arch dam. Preferred than constant radius arch dam. Okay, as comparatively constant radius we can prefer this one. Why? Because if concrete is decreasing 50% means what? We are saving some amount. For this purpose, this will be helpful more for us. Now coming to constant angle arch dam. It is type of arch dam in which all arch rings have constant angle. Constant means what? Angle will be same in all directions. It is thus an improvement on variable radius type arch dam. The center angle of horizontal arch rings at elevation is constant. Means what? Whatever here, for suppose this is my elevation diagram. Okay, here radius will be same, here radius will be the same, here radius will be same. However, it is economical. Means as we are providing entire radius is same, as we are providing entire radius same, means what is happening? Concrete is getting increasing, means almost 30 to 40% in concrete. Okay, it is economical as compared to the constant radius arch dam. Now this is our structure. We can see here constant radius arch dam, and here you can see the elevation and everything. Now next one is forces acting on arch dam. What are forces we are having? Where forces acting on the arch dam are same as for gravity dam, but their relative importance in different in arch dam. Means before we have seen gravity dam forces and everything, almost everything will be same, but importance will be different here. But here the importance will be different. What is that important? We have to see now. The temperature changes are very important as they cause deflection and stresses in arch dam. Okay, which is most important here? Temperature changes. Why temperature changes? Because if you see in summer, what will happen? Some expansion will be there, and in winter contraction will be there. Due to this, what will happen? There is a chance of cracking. Reservoir water load. It is a principle of live load acting on the dam. Okay, means water load, whatever it is there. Here we are taking live load as water load, because as we are constructing our dam, we have to prefer water as live load. Most of the water load is carried horizontally to the apartments. Means water load, whatever it is, it will be horizontally. Means for suppose this is our dam. Okay, and water load will be like this, horizontally. Okay, by arch action, means here I have provided a straight line instead of that one. See here now. Now what is happening? For the arch, the entire water is flowing here. The balance water load will transfer to foundation by cantilever action. The balance water load, whatever it is there, at the edges, whatever it is there, it will transfer to the foundation of our dam. Uplift pressure. Unlikely gravity dam, uplift pressure in arch dam is not that much important. It is not that much important. However, if cracks occur, uplift in crack result in increasing downstream deflection. Means generally if you see dam construction, there is a chance of cracks due to this temperature variation and everything. Still, it is not that much important, but we have to prefer this uplift pressure also. Now ice pressure. Okay, ice pressure cause heavy concentration loading on the top arch, more precisely along the arch element at the level of ice. See here, this is arch dam. This is ice pressure. If you see here, if you see in this location, what is happening? Ice has formed. Why? Due to this temperature variation. Okay, means for suppose now ice here it is there. Okay, good. Now for suppose in summer season, what will happen? It will be melt. If it is melting, means what? Water flow is increasing. Okay, based on this one, we have to control this ice pressure, and based on the by considering ice pressure, we have to prefer our loading and everything. Okay, temperature changes. Just now I said which is the most important part. Internal stresses caused by temperature stresses are important. Okay, move the dam upstream during summer. Okay, whatever the upstream location it is there, we have to get some movement. Okay, and to move the dam downstream during winter, thereby augmenting reservoir loads. Means what is happening during this summer and during this winter, we have to take more precautions. Okay, in stress analysis, the latter condition, that is moving the dam downstream during winter, is very important as it acts in direction in which reservoir water load acts. Means whatever it is there, the flow rate if you change, if you are changing the flow rate, means for suppose if it is flowing, the water is flowing in one direction, change that flow, so that what will happen, we can control our temperature changes, whatever it is there. Okay, if you are controlling, means what? If you are controlling the temperature changes and everything, we can control our concrete. Okay, means because as we, if you see, as comparatively gravity dam, here we won't have that much galleries, here. So friends, in arch dam, the temperature variation is most important. And last one is yielding of abutment. In order that arch section is more effective, the end of arch shall not yield. Yield means what? Highest value. Yield means what? Highest value of our stress. This is not that much important. Okay, now so friends, this is about first module. Okay, in coming lecture I will go assignment number 1. You have to note down, and I will share this PPT in your WhatsApp group.